Hello, everyone. Howdy. How are you doing today? Um, it's William here. Let me get this. There it is. Getting everything set up. How are y'all doing? I hope you're having a great day out there. Let me make sure my volume is not up on my other device. Um, so, welcome. It's Allegory Gallery here, and we have part 3. I know, yet another part of our Tucson Gemstone Hall sale. We're going to be showing you 50 more lots today of wonderful beads brought in from Tucson. Now, we were unable to go to Tucson this year because of a number of different things, but we still virtually shopped. So we are still bringing you amazing things from our vendors in Tucson. These are vendors that we trust. These are vendors that we've worked with for a long time. I think we've got some pretty awesome prices. Sorry, I can see something in my eye. And hopefully you love these. If you've watched part 1 and 2 already, you know what this is. This is going to be more of the same, but different things. So we're going to have great beads for you today, and I hope you enjoy them. How's everyone doing? Let's see who's here with us. Hello, Marianne. Thanks for joining in with us again today. Danette is here. Hello, Danette. Suzanne is here. Hello, hello. Says hi to William, Andrew, Barnaby, Gilbert, and the ladies. Yes. No one else but me is here today. Andrew, I don't know if he's going to chime in or not tonight. He has a meeting, and I don't know if his meeting has ended. But he has a meeting online, so that's why I'm here at Star Cottage Studio. I finished up some packing and stuff. I did a little live earlier today just on Facebook. So if you haven't seen that yet, go to Facebook and check that out. We're packing up the store, and I showed you some of the progress shots of what we're doing. Sorry, I really have something in my eye, which is making me a little bit crazy and distracted. Of course, it's going to happen as soon as I go live, right? Haven't been doing anything all day. Didn't have that all day. So I did a little live earlier from the store showing you some of the progress that we've made. It's not a ton because it's so, it's nitty gritty moving beads. It's a meticulous thing that you have to get just right because you don't want to pack things up and not know where they are, or pack things up and be like, this is a mess by the time you get it to where you need it to be, because we're traveling into another town, another city to have the beads up there in Johnstown. So everything has to be packed up well and kind of ready to go for that big move too. So we're trying to do it all at once, which has not been easy. So I did that. I also let everyone know that we are keeping our moving sale in our online store going until Wednesday. So at the end of the day, Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. And the reason we say that is because when people say midnight on Wednesday, does that mean midnight like Tuesday night, which is technically Wednesday, or does that mean midnight, which is technically Thursday? To avoid all that, we always say 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, in case you always wondered why we do that. Wednesday at midnight probably is fine for most people, but just to be a little bit more exact, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. So that will end the 25% moving sale in our online store that we have going on right now. So if you have not shopped the online store, or you've been waiting a little bit, holding out a little bit, adding things to your cart here and there a little bit, now is the time to check out. If you didn't know we were having a moving sale, now's the time to shop. We have a lot of things in the online store, and you can get 25% off most of them. The only things that are not discounted are some of the very new, like the New Day collection, and then My Pottery, I believe, is out of the sale. So pretty much everything else, 25% off. Go and get it. So hopefully you liked that little live we did earlier, showing you around the store a little bit of what we've been doing. Since that live, I have packed up more things and moved a bunch of the furniture toward the door. I'm probably going to leave here after this live. I have to drop the car off. I have to pick up the van. I'm going to pick up the van and run down to the store, I think, with it and pack up some of the furniture. That's the goal. I don't know if I'll get to that tonight. It depends how long this live goes, because I want to get some of the furniture and get that moved out of there so we open up the space a little more. But I also have to go grocery shopping tonight, which means probably going to Walmart by the time this ends, because our grocery store closes early in the winter. So I will probably end up having to do that. And depending on how all that times out, I may not get down to move furniture tonight. So that might be a tomorrow thing. So we'll see. But I've been up all day. I started out my day today, this morning, up here at the cottage, checking on the pellet stove and then also doing packing and shipping. The post office was closed today for President's Day. Happy President's Day. I still did a bunch of packing today. So a bunch of you may have seen some shipping notifications going out to you. Most of you who have shipping notifications going out to you have multiple packages packed, or multiple invoices, multiple orders packed within the same order. So some of you have like 4 or 5 going out in the same package. So I did a lot of combining today. It took time, but it also got me through a lot of the invoices that some of you have been waiting for. And I'm going to start that tomorrow too. So I'm going to move some furniture tomorrow, hopefully, depending on the weather, and come back up here, do some packing and shipping again, then go back down to the store and do some moving again. It's kind of the order of things lately. And then do the live in the evenings. That's what I've been doing. Everything's going to be that way except for Wednesday. Wednesday I have my pottery class, so Andrew will be doing the live with you. And then this weekend we head over to the class, hopefully, to take a casting class, which I forget where it is. So I don't know if Andrew's here yet. I'm going to skim through the comments here and we'll see. I forget where we're going. Baltimore, maybe? Something like that. It's been a whirlwind. Hello, Marianne. Hello, Lennis. Thank you for joining us today. Norma is here. Teresa is here. Sandra is here. Hello, Sandra. Let's see. Just making sure I try and catch everybody. So much fun packing. No, packing is not fun in any way. In any way. Hello, Susan. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you here. Terry says, I like seeing how things are going. Thanks. Yeah, I figured people might want to see a little bit. I feel like we haven't really shown much because I said in the video, it doesn't feel like when we go in every day, it does not feel like we're getting much done, because it's just like we see it every day and we're packing little things over and over and over and over again. But finally we cleared off some furniture, got some things in boxes, got some things moved over to the garage, moved over to the cottage, and I felt like, okay, there's a little bit of opening here, so it looks like we're getting a little bit further. Susan says, I don't envy you and Andrew with moving. I hope it's a long time before we have to downsize and move. I know, moving is not fun. Moving is not fun. Cheryl says, hi there, just got back from a walk. The moon is gorgeous. Nice. I have not been out since day. I've been in here working on getting these lots together because Andrew had a meeting, so it was up to me today. And I hope I labeled everything correctly, and I probably maybe gave some prices that are maybe too good, maybe, I don't know. So we'll see. But trying to do good for you. As we all know, prices have gone up. We are trying our best to keep things as low as we can. So we're doing these at introductory prices for you. So all of these, the prices you see are the lowest prices we can give on these, and still try and make a profit and make a living. They will go up slightly, or in some cases, depending on what's left. Some of these are really high end that we're giving great prices on. So some of them will go up a good bit, maybe, when they go into the online store. So we always try and give you all, for watching the lives and hanging out and supporting us this way, we try to give you all the best prices possible. So if you're new to us and you have not hung out with us live, you're always probably going to get the best prices during the lives. That's the way it is, right? We at least on new stuff. Sometimes we have a sale in the online store. The sale happens to the older stuff. Sometimes, you know, if you want the new, latest, greatest, that kind of thing, the new stuff coming in and the best prices on that, that's during the lives. Susan says, is Baltimore a long drive from PA? I think it's 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. I think it's 4 hours. So not too bad. Not too bad. We need to work on, if we are actually, we got to go over everything tonight. We'll kind of cinch that up and determine, I think, and then we have to work on staying somewhere, and that's going to be, you know, it's always fun to do this stuff last minute, but we've got a few days, right? And there's Airbnbs now and hotels, and should be something, right? Sometimes you get the best prices last minute. We have found that out too. Hello, Vanessa. Thanks for tuning in. Norma says, 2 shipping notifications I got from you show is waiting. That's possible. That is possible. Let's see here. Vanessa got a notification today. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Sandra says, I'm packing my house and it seems like I'm getting somewhere until I look around and see how much I have to pack. I know. You take boxes and boxes and you move things and you pack things and you have all these boxes and you take them away and put them, like we're taking them away, putting them in the garage or here at the cottage. And you look around and there's still stuff. There's still like, how? Yes, that's kind of what it's like. But honestly, I would rather be moving the store than moving our house. Because if you think we have a lot at the store, you can't even imagine what we have at the house. Or moving the cottage here again. You know, through all of this, we weren't sure about keeping the cottage, selling the cottage. You know, out of necessity, what we would have to do, downsize wise, and all that with expenses and because a lot has been going on with me losing my other job, and y'all know that story. And we weren't sure what was going to happen. We talked about it, and we're holding on to the cottage. You know, that this is my favorite out of the buildings that we have. This is my favorite place. I would live out here if we could afford to put on an addition to do that, and get all that, you know, the water and the sewage working. I really like it out here because there's a little bit of woods. You can walk in the woods a little bit. It's a little bit, you know, further away from you know, everything, which I kind of like because I grew up that way. But it is closer to the highway, which is a little bit noisier that way. But yeah, but we've, you know, luckily we have not felt that pressure to have to do that. This is one of the least expensive places we have. Actually, it is the least expensive. So we're lucky that way. And I would not want to have to move here though. This would be something else. Linda says, taking all those photographs takes forever. This is more fun. Yeah, when I have to take all the photographs to put it in the online store, every single gemstone strand, you know, every different strand that we have gets 3 photos generally. I take a photo of the strands, like multiples together or one at a time, depending on how many we have. I take a photo of them with a penny to show size, and then I take a close-up so that you can get a close-up view of the item. So that's 3 photos I have to take for every single, and you know we've done 100 so far. We have 50 more, 50 more tonight, so that's 150. So what is that? 150 times 2 would be 300 times plus another 150, 450. I take 450 photos. Then I go through and edit all the photos. After they are edited to the point that, you know, I feel like they reflect on the screen what the color is in the actual gemstone, then the photos get reduced in size, which is a very important part because the online store has to be fast. People will not spend more than about 1 to 2 seconds on a page before they back out. So if your photos on your website, like your whole home page, don't pretty much load in a few seconds, or start to load in a few seconds and finish loading within a few seconds, people will leave your site. And each product and each listing has to load within about a second or two. And so those photos, because I take large sized photos and we use the large photos for social media, then those photos have to be reduced in size. And then after they're reduced in size, I have to make sure that nothing in the reduction process and the reduction in quality changed. So I don't want the colors to change. I don't want things to look weird. And then I have to type all the listings. I have to measure each gemstone. And not only I measure the strand, and I measure a typical stone. I pick a stone off of the strand and I measure that stone. If they're graduated, you have to measure the smallest and the largest. And so everything gets measured, everything then gets entered. All the tags that we use have to be entered. So not only does the product type, what kind of thing it is, whether it's like these are all gemstones, but it could be wood, it could be metal, it could be, there's a lot of different things we go through. So that gets entered, and then each tag gets entered. So if it's pink opal, then I put pink opal in, and sometimes I put the shape in there. So if it's square, if it's an odd shape, we'll put the shape in there. Sometimes if it's like faceted rounds, we'll put the size in there, 6 millimeter, 3 millimeter. So all that stuff gets added. I try to add that though to the description rather than the tags, because it's easier, I think, to search that way. And then the description is written fully. The title is made. The title is a very orchestrated thing. I have a very specific formula that I've been using recently, meaning over the past year or so, for title work, so that everything looks the same when you look at our site. And off the top of my head, I'm forgetting what that is, but it's usually, I think, what is it? So is it a garnet? And then it's usually sometimes it's the stone, and then I think it's the shape of the stone, and then the size of the stone, and then the length of the strand. So those are all formulated and put in. A SKU is made for each one, using another spreadsheet that we use to keep track of our SKUs. And then each item is weighed individually. It has to have a weight. And that's how your shipping is calculated, is by the weight of everything. So if my weights are off, you either get overcharged or undercharged for shipping. And so all that work takes a lot. And when I have to do all that work, the price does go up on things, just because it's a ton of work to do. And it's much easier, and as Lena said, it's more fun to do it this way during a live and sell them for you all this way. Let's see here. Susan said, I know my brother who lived in Baltimore, and Dad drove from Baltimore to Gettysburg for a day trip. Yeah, that would be much shorter, I think. I mean, Gettysburg, I think, is what, 2 hours from here or 3 hours from here? So I think it's shorter. Marianne says, I moved in 2012 and at one point just threw things in boxes, still sorting out and getting rid of stuff. Yeah, we don't want to get to the point where we're just throwing stuff in a box. We're at least labeling each box and trying to be methodical about it. But there are always odds and ends. Like you're like, oh, I already packed these, and I find them like in the display or something, like a display case. And I've done that a few times. I'm just like, this is already packed. Not going to get it out the display case or the box again, open it up, put it in. This is just going in a miscellaneous. But there isn't too much of that. We're trying to stay away from that. But I hear that. Vanessa says, my clothes and craft room would be a nightmare to move. Yeah, I hear that. Teresa is joining in. Hello, Teresa. Thank you for joining us. We got both Teresas here today. She says, we had stuff from moving years ago and got tossed in the basement flood. Wait, and we had stuff from moving years ago and it gotten tossed after a basement flood in July 2022. Wow, that's not good. But yeah, that can happen too. We have things in the basement. We do have boxes that we've never unpacked. That happens. And we have things in the basement that we put in the basement thinking, oh, we'll decide what to do with them later, and then just have not done anything with them. It's true. Norma says, I thought I would get organized when I was trapped at home during COVID, but it didn't happen. Yeah, that would have been a great time to do it, right? Nobody wanted to do that. No one wanted to do that. And this is a lot of work to post items, pictures for sale. It takes me a good while to post things on eBay. Yes, yes, it does. Suzanne says, that's so true. I'm a moderator of a history site, and some of the posts take forever to load. People wonder why there are no comments. No one waited. Yes. Yeah, the studies are, it's usually about 0.5 seconds, I think, to 1 or 1.2 seconds, at least the last thing I read, of how long somebody wait. And you think, you know, that you think your site loads fast, but when you think 1, 1,000, 2, they're gone. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, gone. Like, that has to load fast. That's why we have to reduce all our pictures and do our best to try and load things in that time period. Let's see. Suzanne says, I started organizing during COVID. It takes a long time, right? Yeah. So, yeah. That's been my day. If y'all have anything to say and talk about, let me know. But I don't want to take too much time here at the front of the video like we normally do, because I've got a lot of things to do. I got to go shopping after this, or we have literally rice to eat for dinner. Andrew's like, we've got rice. We've got rice. We've got some rice that has a little tiny bit of curry flavoring, but not much. And we have soy sauce. That's about what we've got right now. So I don't want to eat rice for dinner. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to get started a little bit earlier. As much as I love rice, I usually like it to go with something else, right? Suzanne says, I love rice. Me too. We have it most meals, but usually we have it with something. Just rice, probably need a little more to eat than that. So let me flip the camera around here. My stand seems backwards. I don't know why. I guess it's different than my one at home. I'm used to the home stand. Let's flip this, flip the camera. Hopefully it goes properly and doesn't go sideways. There we go. All right. Let's move this up a little bit. Hopefully all my lights are working. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. If you're joining us and you haven't already, please say hi. Let us know you're here. One thing I did forget is a box to put these in after I'm done. So let me grab another box and I'll be right back. All right. Who else is here? Tracy is here. Hello, Tracy. Lorena is back. Hello, Lorena. Thank you for joining us again. All right. Sandra's saying hi. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Okay. Let's see here. Okie dokie. Donna's been working to get another shop update ready, getting ready for a show. Nice. Lorena says, when I ordered last Thursday night, I forgot to go to my email and pay, but eventually I got it, so sorry for the inconvenience. This process is new to me, invoicing by email. No problem. No problem at all. Like I said, we're a little bit behind because of our move and our shipping helper being out of town for the month. So that's actually okay. That's actually all right. We're a little bit behind on shipping ourselves. So either way, probably would have been a little delay. No harm done. Oh, was June with us too? Hello, June. Yeah, there's June. Hello, June. All right, getting some people in here now. Let's get this party started. We're going to start with TG 101. All right, TG 101, and it's now getting stuck together. Come on. Sometimes these long hanks, it's a hank of stuff. Here we go. Aren't these beautiful? These are microfaceted rounds of green serpentine. These are only $15 a strand. These are nice long strands. I think these are, let's see here. I'm gonna make sure I push it up. These are about 13-inch strands. And these are, let me check size on these. These are about 2 millimeter serpentine faceted rounds. And only $15 a strand. Beautiful quality on these. Aren't those delightful? So I forgot the banner. Let's go over this again. For anybody new, to purchase from this video, take down the lot number, which is TG101 in this case. Send it to us in an email. Just put it in the subject line. Send it to us at info@allegorygallery.com. That's scrolling down here, and it's also up here. And that's all you got to do is send us that email to claim. We obviously have a number of these, so I doubt we'll run out tonight. But these are beautiful. We don't get serpentine like this very often. It's just such a pretty microfaceted around at 2 millimeters. I will say that a lot of these strands, the microfaceted rounds, have been going quickly. Y'all seem to like those. Sorry, everybody, I'm getting I don't know what's going on here. My email's having a fit. I don't know why. I'm going to relaunch my email so I can hopefully see. There we go. What's being claimed? Oh, it's always something, right? It's always something, especially when you go live. It's going to happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen when you're going live. So that was TG101, microfaceted green serpentine. TG102. Now we had a strand like this before, but this is a little bit different. This is $50 a strand. There are 2 strands available. This is an amethyst, a smoky quartz, along with a rose quartz, a lemon quartz, and what looks to me like a carnelian and a clear quartz, which is a really beautiful strand, and all really great quality stones on here. So let me show you. It could, Lennis is asking if it's garnet. It might be garnet. it might actually be garnet because I don't know. It's probably actually yes. Now that I'm looking at it under better light, I had the not so great light on there earlier when I was getting all this ready. Yes, it's garnet. And just beautiful stones. These are smooth rondelles. Aren't those stunning? And this is a 16-inch strand. Laurenus, you're such a sweet group. We do have the best people, let me tell you. Best people. Marion is one of the best groups on the web. That's right. AG Bead fam out there. The AG Bead fam. We've got the best people, the best supporters, the kindest, most helpful, most supportive out there. So we have 2 strands of that, TG102, $50 a strand only. Those will probably go up to about $60 a strand or so once they go into, if they go into the online store. Donna says, I've got a piece of my workbench using the gorgeous ametrine strands I got from Alive. Nice. That's awesome. Sandra says, those are beautiful. Yes, they are. Our vendors, let me tell you, we shop with the same vendors all the time because once we find somebody with such good quality at what we think are really good prices, we stick with them. You know, we stick with our vendors. We believe in loyalty to our vendors when they are loyal to us, and when they are good people. There have been vendors in the past that we found out things about and we had to cut them out, and that happens sometimes. But once we find a vendor, we do our best to work with them over and over again. Some of these vendors from these stones are really, really amazing. We get the good quality. A lot of these ones tonight are like AA, AAA grade as far as what our vendor has available. And so you are getting the good stuff at really, I think, really good prices. I know when you comparison shop, and you can comparison shop online, it's really easy to do these days. You'll oftentimes see, sometimes you'll see prices lower, right? Sometimes you'll see prices higher, but you can always, you know, we do our best to make sure that for what we are charging, you are going to get really good quality stones, especially compared to what you may get from somewhere else. We work hard to make sure that we do our best for you in that way. This is labradorite, yes, and these are labradorite. These are kind of like a disc. They're yeah, they're like a disc, and they all look at the beautiful flash in those. So these are only $50 a strand. These strands are 16-inch strands. They are already made into necklaces. I would restring those, but you don't have to right away. We've had people who've bought these and have worn them for like a year or more, and they've been fine. If you're looking to just wear them, we assume most of you out there are buying because you want to take them apart and make them into something else. So that's what we're assuming you're going to do. And these are just, the crimps are just crushed on these. As you can see, they're not done in the proper way that we would recommend doing them with crimping pliers. So they will last for a while, but not a long while. But if you do take them apart, or when you do take them apart, save the chain and save the lobster because they are sterling. So use that somewhere else. Hello, Harry. Thanks for joining us. The size on these are going to go at about 5 millimeters, and I think they're very ever so slightly graduated to about 6 millimeters. Yeah, 5 to 6 millimeters. 5 to 6 millimeters. 5 to 6 millimeters. Gorgeous strands, $50. You know those aren't staying at $50 for very long. Those are going to go up probably to about $65, $70, even $75 if they make it past tonight. All right. Next up, for those of you who like the microfaceted stuff, I'm a fan. We have carnelian. Carnelian. Beautiful carnelian. This is the bright, beautiful bright carnelian color. These are TG104, $18 a strand only. Look at the quality in these. I want to show you how beautiful. Like sometimes you get carnelian, especially at $18 in the microfaceted. Like look at the clarity of those. Look at the clarity of those. Now remember, I see a lot of people talking about they're running low on funds, and we know that. We're a little bit behind most people coming home from Tucson, or a lot of people sold directly from Tucson. We had to wait for our packages to get here. These are about 12 to 13 inch strands. And these are, I think these are 3 millimeter. These are 3 millimeter. No, 4 millimeter. No, 3. 1, 2, 3. I got to start different place in this ruler. 3 millimeter. So remember, every one of our invoices is sent with the option to use Afterpay. Afterpay is a service that we have nothing to do with other than we offer it, but it will allow you, if you are approved, to break down your payment, usually into 4 payments, I believe with 0 interest, or pay over 6 or 12 months with variable interest rates. So that's all if you're approved. If you are not approved for that, or if you don't want to go through that, that's the easiest way for us because we don't have to store anything here. If you're approved, we ship your order out and they handle the rest with the payment plans and all that. But if you, we get it. Sometimes, things happen. Sometimes you're more maxed out than other times. Sometimes you don't get approved for all those things. If you have been a loyal supporter of ours for some time, and we know you, and you support us, we can work together on our own individualized payment plan. We can't do it for everybody. Please don't take offense if we say no. It all depends on, how much and what it is. But we are willing to work with people, and we have done that the entire time we have had a store. We have always worked with people who support us. We've done our best to support other people and support our people. All right. All right. So, for example, again, let's just go over this. If you would like TG104, send us an email to info@allegorygallery.com with TG104 right in the subject line. That's the easiest way to do it. Now, if you have a question about TG104 in the subject of the email, put something like question TG104. So I know that you're not claiming it. And if you would like more than one, just put TG104 times 2, TG104 times 3, etc., etc. All right. I will go through the emails after this event, and I will invoice for anything that you've gotten. Donna says her power bill is insanely expensive. I hear that. The gas bills up here lately have been incredibly expensive. The gas bill for our Johnstown building, the power bill here at the cottage, and the gas and power at our house, that would be completely another mortgage for us every month is pretty much what that comes to. So I definitely get it. Definitely get it. TG105, these are $15. These are garnets, and they're in this kind of faceted, like half moon shape, kind of semicircle. These are really cool. I like these a lot. Harry says, we purchased a fridge and washer today. Oh, yeah, those are expensive purchases, aren't they? Those are definitely expensive purchases. Not fun. Not fun things. I mean, sometimes they're fun. Sometimes they're fun, but they're fun when you get to, not when you have to, right? So these are TG105, only $15 a strand. Beautiful garnet quality. Look at the quality of that garnet. Beautiful clarity in those. Stunning little garnets in that kind of semicircle, faceted gloriousness. I love those. So that is TG105, $15 a strand only. Let me give you a size on those. I forgot I didn't do that. Talking too much about other things. These are about 13-inch strands, maybe 13.5-inch strands. And size on those is, I'm just going to pick one, about 5 millimeters by about 6 millimeters. All right. TG105. And if you're out there on Instagram, thank you so much for joining us. I see a lot of people out there tuning in, at least for a moment, with us on Instagram. It never tells me how many people are actually still watching, or if you're like really still there. So if you're out there on Instagram, please say hi. Put a comment down. Let us know you're here. All right. Let's see what we've got going here. Beautiful peridot. Beautiful peridot. If you like peridot like I do, because it's such a beautiful color green, it's my favorite. Well, one of my favorites. I've got a lot of favorites. How can you have a favorite, just one favorite gemstone, right? Okay, so these are about 14-inch strands. About 14-inch strands. And these are fantastic, beautiful, high-grade peridot. Look at the clarity in those. You're getting nice cuts. You're getting that juicy, gemmy cut on those. Juicy, gemmy cut. Aren't those stunning? Those little rondelles or discs. And these are only $38 a strand. I only have 5 strands at that price here right now. These will definitely go up after that. This will definitely go up when they go into the online store. These are really pretty quality. Look at that. Aren't those fantastic? And just to give you an idea, let me take a measure of one across here. About 6 millimeters. Some are a little bit smaller. Like this is a smaller strand. This is about 5 millimeter strand. So they vary about 5 to 6 millimeters in width. There you go. Marianne's drooling. I know. I wish I could just keep them all. I wish I didn't have to sell any of it to anybody. And I just keep them and hoard them and love on them, right? Lorraine is asking, when we receive our orders, are the descriptions noted? Not for the lives. Not for the lives. If you buy in the online store, you can always take down the information there. But we would literally be months behind on shipping if we noted every description. That's why we go through it so well here on the live and try to talk about everything on the live, so that you can take notes on what you're purchasing and what you're looking to purchase. It's very nice that you tried to do that for your customers. This is when I design and sell, I note the descriptions, but we sell thousands of things. You would never get your packages for 6 months if we did that for everything. We only have one helper that helps us in shipping. We're a very small company, and we keep things tight. So that's why we go over everything as much as we can here. And if you request something, take notes on what you're looking at. Sandra says also you can go back to the video once you get your order. Yes, you can do that as well. You can always review the videos. We save them all on YouTube. So every video we've ever done is on YouTube and generally on Facebook too. Next up. Now these are really, really cool. These are ones that are probably more something that you'll wear as is instead of remaking, because of the way these are done. These are twisted, and these are, I think, a 3-strand twist is how they've done these, twisted them up and gotten them like this. These are really cool. These are great just because you're pretty much getting at least 3 strands of the microfaceted rounds, if you want to look at it that way, if you're going to take them apart. But I think they're cool as they are, and if you're careful with them, they will last you a good long while. Like I said, we've had people who have worn these for over a year without any problems. These are tiger eye, mini tiger eye twisted necklaces, and there are 2 of these available. They are $50 each only. And they are stunning. They are stunning. And I really like these. I think they're so cool. Again, these should be 16-inch strands. Yeah, 16-inch strands. And like I said, if you take them apart, Donna says, I would take those apart, right? If you take them apart, you're going to get 3, I think it's 3. It looks like there's 3 in there. 3 16-inch strands of those beautiful stones. So that would be worth it too, because these are very nice quality stones. Plus, of course, don't forget your silver sterling silver toggles and chains. Donna says, I meant to say wouldn't. I wouldn't take them apart. You can do it if you want or not do it. I would probably just work on wearing these as is and just take care of them. They'll last you a good long time if you take care of them that way. And if you like those, we've got some other ones for you. TG108. TG108. We've got them in Hessonite garnet, in a very beautiful light Hessonite garnet. Check those out. Norma has her heat at 67, sitting on her blanket wearing fingerless gloves to type. Used to have the heat at 65, but I just can't. Yeah, we set our heat. Our heat's generally about 68, around there. We keep it around 68 or so. In the cottage here, it generally in this room right now, probably 64, 63, somewhere in there. But we got a little space heater that I sit in front of when I'm doing this live. Yes, we sit under blankets in the house generally as well. I get that. TG108, beautiful Hessonite garnets, 16-inch strands. Look at those sparkling at you and me. Stunning. I think, anyway. I'll say they're stunning. Next up, TG109. TG109. We have green rutilated quartz. Green rutilated quartz. Isn't that, look at those, let me see if I can get up here close. Look at those, those green rutilations in there. Danette's asking if anyone used weighted blankets. I have not. I have a heating blanket. I turn on the electric blanket at night. That's what we get under. And then all the cats, it's probably no wonder the cats are all over me because I use the electric blanket. I know some people love the weighted blankets. I don't know if I would like it. I have like 3 blankets. I have the comforter, and then I have another kind of like a felt. It's like a felted material blanket, and then I have the electric blanket that's like a fleece electric blanket. And I put 3 of them on, so I kind of have like a weighted blanket, and then I have cats that sit on both sides of me, so I definitely get pinned down. So it's kind of like a weighted blanket. Susan says, what are weighted blankets? They literally have weights in them to make them heavy. They're supposed to be good for anxiety, people who suffer from anxiety, because they're supposed to feel like you're like being, comforted and supported and held down by your blanket. So some people really love the weighted blankets. Some people I know do not like them at all. I love this green rutilated quartz though. I think this is amazing. It's that beautiful green color, all different greens. Just really pretty, and only $50 a strand. It's really a necklace for $50, which is really a good price on those. All right, and the last one of these twisted necklaces we've got is cat's eye. Cat's eye. Beautiful cat's eye stone. It has that chatoyant flash to it, or chatoyance, period. You can see it happening in there. Let's see. Lorena's asking, isn't it difficult to get out of bed with heated blankets? I didn't take mine out this winter. It is. I never want to leave the bed. I sometimes sleep in way too long because of it, plus the cats. But the cats usually get me up at some point. They're like, okay, it's time to eat, Dad. You got to go make the food. You got to make the food, Dad. Let's do this. So these are beautiful. They're the deep, deep, deep green color. I love these. Hopefully it's coming across. I should maybe if I move closer to this light. I feel like, I wish we could do our lives in the daytime again. That would be really nice. Because we'd have some sun. Sorry for the mess, but I think maybe this light will help a little bit more. Is that better? I don't know. I think that's better. So there you go. TG110. Only $50 a strand or a necklace. TG111. TG111. Sorry, everybody. Oh, my throat. Amethyst. You got all different amethysts in here. You got like the lavender color. There's a little bit of the dog tooth, a little bit of regular amethyst. Just a really nice mix of amethyst in there. And these are about 4 millimeter. 4 millimeter, a little bit bigger than all the others we've had mostly. Only $18 a strand, TG 111. TG 111, $18 a strand, and the strands are about 13-inch strands. All right, that's the amethyst. Get ready for some beautiful carnelian. Only one strand of this. Only one strand of this available. And this is a lovely, beautiful, these are graduated smooth rondelles in a natural carnelian. Check that out. Like, look how pretty those are. Look at how pretty those are. And this feels like a really long strand. It's an 18-inch strand. 18-inch strand. Donna says, that's some juicy carnelian, right? And only $89 for the strand. Beautiful, juicy, high quality carnelian. It's TG 112. Next up, like tiny tangerines, says Susan, right? All right, next up is some rainbow moonstone. Rainbow moonstone drops. Check these out. Beautiful, flashy, gorgeous rainbow moonstone smooth drops. Not faceted, these are smooth. Look at the quality on those. And let me show you the other strand. There are 2 strands available. They both are just stunning quality. Beautiful. Only 2 available. $50 a strand. Tracy says, sorry, gotta run. Happy shopping. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in, Tracy. And these strands are 8-inch strands. Look at them just shining. Like, they look like they've got like an AB coating, but that's natural, y'all. That's a natural, beautiful rainbow moonstone. Oh, stunning. TG 113. TG 114. Green amethyst. Green amethyst, also known as prasiolite. And these are tiny squares. Square-ish, anyway. Square-ish. And these are prasiolite. So green amethyst, tiny squares. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands available. They do vary a little bit. I think the largest sizes are about 6 millimeter. This is probably one of the smaller, which is about 5 millimeters, so 5 to 6. Not a lot of variance in that, but just look at the look at the clarity. Like, for $24 a strand? What? Prasiolite, green amethyst. And these strands are, let me tell you, they're long. 13, 14, 16, about 16.5-inch strands. 16.5-inch strands. Hello, Michelle. 16.5-inch strands. TG 114. All right, we've had these before. They've sold out. We have them again. Really happy to get these back in. Only 3 strands. They were more expensive when we had them in our online store last time. This is this fume-coated moonstone. Fume-coated moonstone. It gives it that silvery finish, even extra, even though moonstone has that kind of chatoyance already. But these just give you that little bit of extra. Don't those look luxe? Like, those look like some high-end jewelry stones. And some people don't like coatings. I think these are done in a really beautiful way. Like, it's not it doesn't look so much like a coating as just like a pearlescence. Like, these are done like, if you put that with some high-end stuff on beautiful silver, I think those would not look out of place. Sometimes when you get stuff that's coated, we generally don't like to buy that stuff that, it looks so coated, or it looks, a little bit cheap. The coating actually adds a lot to these. Susan says, OMG, that moonstone. And we did have these for a little while last year, but they sold out pretty quickly. So we got a few more strands. There are 3 strands here available. And each one of these strands, let me get they are 16, a little over 16-inch strands. Danette says TG 115 is wow. Can't find the right word, just wow, right? And only $50. I'm telling you, I think these were $65 or $70 last year in the online store. And so we got them again. Got a little bit better pricing on them this year, so you'll get a little bit better pricing. They were brand new last year, though, of course, so you got the new. But again, I don't think many people have these or have seen these. Sandra said 68 last year. There you go. Sandra got them. She knows. So, yeah, I was going to say, they were, and that's what I said, they were up in the 60s, 70s somewhere. And so you get them at 50 now. When they go into the online store, they're going to go up. I don't know if they'll have to go up all the way to 68, but they're going to go up. So definitely grab those if you like them. TG 115. That's a great deal on those. Like I said, they're not so coated that they look, weird, or, that it distracts from the moonstone. Sandra says they're nice. She knows. She's got them. Yeah, they are very nice. And they're worth putting in your jewelry. Put them in your high-end stuff, your nicer stuff. People make a pair of earrings out of those. Can you imagine? Just a nice pair of earrings. Charge $24 a pair, make 2 pair, and you've paid for the whole strand. Almost, right? Or again, we're doing a lot of this talk about this very single pendant, single stone necklaces, and that's a way to go too. Put one of them on a nice little bar, put it on some silver chain, sell it for $68 a necklace, and you've more than paid for that strand, right? And your silver. All right, next up is blue opal, Awahi blue opal. These are graduated, slightly graduated, not as graduated as some of the others. Faceted rondelles. These are TG 116, $65. Only one strand of this available. Donna says, "Yep, that's what I'm assuming that's what you're doing, making the single necklaces. Is that what you mean?" That's the way to go right now. They're so big right now. You can make your gemstone strands go a long way. You know, I like a more decorated necklace myself, but I'm not going to fight that when you can use one or two stones out of your strand and pay for your whole strand practically. Donna says, "I'm doing single necklaces for the show in March, but I'm charging a whole lot." Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. And, you know, you can, right now, especially if you're using good quality stones, you can charge that. Oh, Lorraine is asking what you missed. You missed the fumed moonstone. Just go back a little ways, Lorena. Just scroll back just real quick, and then come back to the current time with us. But those fumed, and there's still a strand or two of those. I think one strand now only left of the fumed moonstone. Next up, we have the Awahi Blue Opal. Instead of the faceted, we have them in the smooth rondelles. I kind of like them in the smooth better myself, but that's a personal choice. But look how beautiful that blue opal is. I think it's just such a pretty, pretty stone. Oh, Donna says, "I'm not charging a huge price because nobody would buy them where I live." Just depends where you're selling. Put some of those on Etsy, though. Raise the price, put them on Etsy. Marianne says, "I prefer the smooth blue opals too." Yes, yes, me too. I like those. So that's the Awahi Blue Opal, TG 117, $65 a strand. TG 118, $18 coming at you. We've got microfaceted peridot. Donna's not doing an Etsy shop. Too dang expensive for their fees. Yeah, that's why we got out of Etsy. That's why we do Shopify only. You pay once a month, put as much as you want on there. But look at this peridot. I want you to see the clarity of these. I know I'm always showing you clarity, but it is rare to find stones. Like, you might be able to find a strand of microfaceted stuff for cheaper. I'm not saying you can't, but when you compare the quality, let me move these all up because they usually put them on much longer string. When you look at the quality of these, that's why you're paying a little bit more from us sometimes. I think you're still getting these at a really good deal. Because these, normally we do these at least $24 a strand for the microfaceted peridot like this. This is the larger size too. I think this is a 3mm. This is, yes, a 3mm, maybe 3.5mm. Lorraine says, "Mamma mia, que bonita," right? So these are super beautiful strands of peridot, microfaceted, $18 a strand. If you've noticed, we tried to bring in this year more of these microfaceted strands than we had in the past, because we know so many of you like those. So if you do like them, grab them now at these good prices. TG 118, $18 a strand. All right, next up, TG 119, Rainbow Moonstone, micro-faceted rounds in Rainbow Moonstone. Look at those. Are those not gorgeous? And only $20 a strand. Only $20 a strand. These are beautiful to add. You can make them into earrings. You can use them as beautiful. Just use a chunk of them here and there in a bracelet just to add a little bit of extra to something. But these are stunning, and depending on how the light hits them, they'll either give you that beautiful clear reflection and flash, or you'll get that color. Sometimes all at once. So there they are. And these ones are... These are about 3.5 to 4 millimeter. And the strand length on those is about a 12.5, 13, about a 13-inch strand. Let's see. Susan says, I would love to see everyone's single stone designs on the design challenge page. Yeah, join our group, the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group on Facebook, and post the stuff you make. I would love to see single stone designs too. I love designs that really focus and highlight on the stone. TG 120. We have 2 strands of this. Now this is some of the highest grade peridot. That we've gotten in a faceted rondelle. Kind of chunky faceted rondelle. I loved it. But look, this is $100 a strand. These are nice. Like, I want you to see how chunky these are and how much clarity they have for how chunky they are. So they had to take a stone that was, there's a lot of stone there. There's a lot of stone there, and it's a lot of the clear part of the stone there. Sandra says, ooh la la, right? Look at that. These are some of the best quality that we've gotten this year in peridot from our vendors. These are stunning. So these are TG 120, $100. Look how chunky they are. And look how clear, the clarity and the color. The color is so even. The color is so even. That's another thing you want to look at when you're looking at stones from vendors. How even is that color across the whole strand? Like, there is not a variation. Let's see, what's everyone saying in here? Let's see, Susan says, no, I just liked seeing what others make, not to copy, but just because I enjoy a variety of different things. Oh, Marion says, is that a challenge? Says, no. Donna says, if I remember, I'll put the green amethyst crystal necklace on the page. Yeah, please do. Susan says, sometimes the simplest designs are the easiest to wear and get reached for more often. It's super true. It's super true. So this is TG 120. Like I said, look at not only how chunky that is with the clarity, but look at the color consistency of the stones. Natural stones, undyed, and you still have that beautiful. It's easy to get a dyed stone that's consistent, right? But when you get it natural, oh, so lovely. And most of the peridot that we've gotten here has been very, very natural and very beautiful and consistent in color. Donna says the minimalistic is so popular right now. Yes, it is. And there's a reason, right? It should be popular. It should be popular. And Susan made a great point. That's often the stuff you reach for the most, right? Sorry, everybody, I'm organizing my box here, trying to keep everything in order so that when I go to invoice, it's a lot easier for me. All right, where am I? That was what number were we on? 120. 120. This one. Oh. Okay, everybody. This is the deal of the night. Because I started factoring this, and when I realized that I priced these at 80, I was going to redo this tag because I really should have. But then I said, you know what? Let's do the deal of the night. Let's do the deal of the night. And that's what you're getting. All right. Just so you know. This is opal. And these are beautiful strands of opal. And they are slightly graduated. I have 5 strands available. Normally, I'm going to say we could get about 120 a strand on quality like this. I priced these at 80. I don't know what I was thinking, but then I was like, I'm not going to reprint a whole, because I have to reprint a whole page of tags just to get that one tag again. And so I said, you know what? These are our people. I'm going to leave it. And if people buy them all at $80, so be it. But look at how stunning those are. That is some gorgeous opal. And it is just flashing. I don't even have special kind of lights here. This isn't even sunlight. This is just, you know, our normal lights. Opal strands. Now, these opals start at about 2.5 millimeter, and they graduate up to about 4 mil. Let me move this back so I can see. The largest on this strand is about 4.5, so about 2.5 to 4.5. These, and I'm going to show you one strand, because sometimes, you know, you see all the strands together and they shine, and you're like, yeah, of course, I'm going to see all the shine. You see the shine on just one strand. Look at that. These are really stunning opal. And they are only $80 a strand for spectacular quality. So there you go. Beautiful opals, $80 a strand. They really should be about 120 a strand. You know, sometimes we have to give you a great deal. These are 16-inch strands. April says pretty. Michelle's, oh wow, right? These are amazing. These are amazing. So there they are. Grab them now. They are not staying this price to go in the online store, just so you know. Just so you know. Only you all who watch this live are getting this price. When these hit the online store, they are not staying at that price. They are not. All right. TG 121. It's like peridot night tonight. It's like peridot night tonight. Got lots of peridot for you. Peridot. These are peridot cubes. I think these are a little, I don't know if they're a little, I think we had these earlier. I think these are a little bit bigger. These are about 5 millimeter and up to 6 millimeter, depending on the strand. $25 a strand. Peridot cubes. Sometimes when I'm going through these, I don't remember if we had I don't know if we had these already. Sometimes when I'm going through them, there's so much. And sometimes we buy multiple hanks of them from our vendor. So I'm sorry if you're seeing this again. But these are those little cube style peridot strands. And again, the consistency of color throughout and the clarity of the stones. Sandra says, I think cubes were Friday. Possibly. That's the thing. Sometimes we buy more than one strand or more than one hank, and they send them separate. That happens. And then as we're going through them, you know, there's 150 different lots here. Sometimes we even get mixed up with them, especially since I was doing these away from the other ones. These are 25 a strand. Hopefully I priced them the same if they're the same. I think these are a little bit bigger than the other ones, though. I think these are a little bit bigger. And these are nice long strands, too. These are about 16 and a half inch strands. So there you go. Little squares in peridot. And our vendors are very, they're very precise. So if we had these before, and if they were the same, if there's a variance in price, sometimes it's because of a little bit of a different quality on their end of things. That happens too. That happens too. So, but they're always fair with that. And that's one thing that we like dealing with this particular vendor that makes these ones, is that even if there's a little bit of a price difference, there's a reason for it, and it's very fair. Next up, TG123. TG123, Appetite. And these are the little Appetite faceted rondelles. And there's all the different kinds of Appetite on these. I think we had these in like a faceted round the other day. These are those faceted kind of chunky rondelles. I'm loving this kind of almost like a simple kind of cut faceting, but just, it's not a micro facet, I wouldn't say, but they're just, I love them. So all the different kind of Appetite. And again, check out the clarity of the stones. You see right through those stones. Most of those, you see right through to the core, no problem. Those are clear stones, juicy, and only $20 a strand. Where do you see juicy Appetite like that? A lot of times apatite is not that you know, transparent or translucent, transparent, clear. Clarity's not there. So these are about 14-inch strands, and these are generally around 3.5 to 4 millimeter. Let me try another one just to make sure. Yeah, 3.5 millimeter or so. Oh, we must have hit 9 o'clock. My phone is going yellow. TG123. Okay, everybody. I keep saying I'm going to pick up the pace. I need to pick up the pace. I need to get to the grocery store. So we're gonna pick up the pace. All right. I always like to show you as much, but if you do have a question about something that you're really interested in, either email us or ask me during the live here. If you're not watching the replay. Okay, we've had some spectacular Awahi Blue Opal, and these are really, really, really nice. So these are, I don't know, they look like shark fins to me. They look like shark fins to me. But look at the striation in this Awahi Blue Opal. We've had some really nice ones of these. I'm going to call these shark fin shaped. I don't know what else you can call them. Maybe sailboat, sail shaped. Maybe for people who don't like sharks, we'll call them a sail shaped. They do have a point on the bottom. These are so freaking cool. They look like boat sails to me, says Andrews. Sandra said the same thing, right? Okay, so we'll call them boats. We'll call them boats. Sails, sail-shaped, sailboat-shaped. But these are really awesome. And hello, Andrew. Good to see you here. Finish with your meeting. So these are little sailboat-shaped, sail-shaped Awahi Blue Opal strands. These strands are about 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches. This one's a little bit longer, but it's just spaced out a little more than the other ones. But these are awesome. Look at those. Lorena says, I wish I hadn't prepaid for surprise kits from sellers who went to Tucson. I don't know what I'll get in these kits first timer. That's all right. We did surprise kits last year, but you know, most people who order those from us have an idea of, like, they know they're going to get quality from us. You just got to make sure you're shopping with somebody you trust, because sometimes some places are less than, you know, fair with what they give you in those kits. Or in those packages. We try to be very fair, usually to the point of super fair. But I hope you do great with those. Hopefully you'll get great things. Hopefully you'll get great things. And like I said, this strand looks like there's less on it, but it's actually just a longer strand that they spaced out a little more. So there you go. Those are only 50 strand. Who else is going to have those? Who else is going to have those to design with? I've not seen those anywhere else yet. Mary says there are other trustworthy sellers out there. Absolutely, absolutely. We're not the only ones, y'all. We're not the only ones. But just like us, there are people out there who want to make sure you get a great deal. Just shop with people that you trust or that your friends trust, you know, ask around. Ask around. All right, these are always a hit when we have them. I think this is one of the best prices we've ever done on these. These are the hand-carved barrel. We get these from this vendor every year. I think we've had these for the last 3 years or so. We only did 2 strands. These are the smaller ones. Usually we get them a little bit larger than this. These are a little bit smaller, right? So we have those, and let me show you what I mean. Like, these are about 7 millimeter by about 7 millimeter. Normally the ones we got, I think, were 8 or 9, maybe 10. They were a little bit bigger than this. These are tiny. These are really small, and I love them. These are beryl, all kinds of beryl, good beryl. So beryl is like aquamarine. Let me get the aquamarine in there. I want to say either kunzite, morganite. Morganite, one of those is a beryl. Moss aqua, just beautiful, beautiful hand, and these are hand carved, y'all. Hand carved. All right, $50 a strand, TG 125. Only 2 of those strands available. Only 2 of those strands are available today. And that's all we've got there. Susan says, I think I got those in 2022. Yeah, we've been getting them for a number of years, but I think these are the smallest we've gotten that we've ever gotten on those, which they're really cute. They're super cute. TG 126. TG 126. Here we have amethyst drops. Amethyst drops. These are not faceted. These are just little smooth drops. I think we had the 1 strand of the faceted ones last week, and they were a bit more expensive than that, by like $38 more, I think. These are a great deal if you like the smooth ones better. And these are pretty nice quality of amethyst too. Most clarity is there. Marion says more purple rain, right? These are juicy and bright. Lorena says pretty color. They look so bright. They do. They do. You don't see much kind of like fogginess through them. A lot of these have great clarity to them. And pretty good color consistency throughout. So if you're making multiple designs using these, using a few in each design, they're going to look very similar, right? You're going to be able to keep that quality that you're looking for all the way through. And these are about 8-inch strands, and these are about 7 millimeter. I'm just picking one stone to measure by 5. 7 by 5 millimeter. All right, 7 by 5 millimeter. TG 126. $50 a strand. Susan says, wowzer. Donna says, gorgeous amethyst. Susie says, so pretty, the amethyst, right? Yes, those are beautiful stones. Beautiful stones. Definitely worth that price. Gonna be going up. Those will have to go up a little bit. TG 127. TG 127. These are beautiful quality, stunning high grade quality morganite faceted rounds. Morganite faceted rounds. I love morganite for its beautiful pastel colors. This is a beryl. I believe it's a beryl. Sometimes you get like these greens and blues and the pinks. Andrew says, so sparkly. Yeah, that's that microfaceting, right? Beautiful microfaceted. Now I know you can find, like I keep saying, you can find these microfaceted rounds other places for a lot cheaper sometimes, but the quality is not the same. The quality is not the same on them, right? That's why we like to show you up close so you can see the quality you're getting on these. This is TG 127, only $20 a strand for the beautiful quality morganite. Beautiful strands, such Eastery colors. Pastels, spring colors. These are 13-inch strands, and these are 3 millimeter stones. 3 millimeter stones. TG127. See, I've not really sped up, have I? I just keep doing the same thing. It's like I got one speed. Okay, it's like I got one speed. All right, everybody. I know if you're like us, I know some of you are, you love sapphires. TG128. Beautiful quality blue and gray sapphire micro-faceted rounds. These are $24 a strand. Lorena says, your video quality is great. Thank you. Video quality, stone quality. Try to have the good quality here. Try to have the good quality here. Look at these sapphires. Look at how beautiful those colors are. Now these are, you know, we could have, I mean, we have had these that are much higher in price, but for $24, these are some of the best quality I think we've been able to do at that price of sapphires. This is TG128, $24. Sapphire. Remember, everything is first come, first serve. We only have 6 strands of these. I have a feeling these are going to go quickly. Just look at them. TG128 sapphires. Just to give you an idea, these are approximately 3 millimeter, and these strands are about 12.5, 13-inch strands. TG128 sapphires. Only 24 a strand. Donna says, I got a strand of rubies from you last year, and they are so beautiful, using them very sparingly. Yes, thank you. We appreciate that. We're always going to give you the goods, y'all. We're going to give you the good stuff. Andrew loves the sapphires. Of course he does, right? Next up, tiny, micro-faceted garnets. Check those out. Michelle says, I got a strand of your rubies and sapphires. Yeah, we did have strands that were both, didn't we? We had strands that were both last year. I think those were a little higher quality that you got last year on the combined strands, if I remember. But I think they were also more money. TG129. These are garnets. And I want you to see again, look at the quality and color consistency on these stones. Andrew says, how grateful I am to be able to offer them. How wonderful to be able to have real sapphires. I used to think it was an impossible dream to even hold sapphires, and now you can get them, right? Yeah, like all of these things, when you think about it, the fact that you're holding such beautiful things, and how thankful we have to be for all the work that goes into getting them here, for the planet Earth that makes them. You know, like these are made. These are made over lots and lots and lots of time. And just to be able to hold them and present them to you is kind of a miracle in and of itself. We try not to take that for granted. These garnets are about 2.5 millimeter. And they are also 13-inch strands. All right. And that's TG129, only $15. $15 a strand. Tried to keep our prices lower on the micro-faceted stuff this time, starting at around $15 a strand for y'all. All right. I know some of you like that. This metallic dazzle. And I love these. Okay. Lena says that sapphire strand had lovely blue, gray, and very few yellow. Such a lovely range would match my yellow sapphire cap. Yeah, it did have a little bit of yellow, the yellow sapphires. Sometimes, I don't point those out so much, but they're really pretty too. Pyrite. Flashy, beautiful pyrite, microfaceted rounds. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, I'll answer that for you. Yes. And these are 3mm, 3mm, and about 12-inch strands, 12.5-inch strands. Donna says, gorgeous pyrite strands, drool worthy. Yeah, and at $15. $15 a strand only, TG 130. Don't be fooled. I mean, you can be fooled by cheaper strands, but the quality is, the difference. Quality is the difference. Lorraine is asking, where does pyrite come from? I don't know that there's just one place it comes out of. I believe pyrite is found in multiple places around the world, if I'm not mistaken. Andrew can correct me on that. He knows more than I do on that. Okay, y'all. This is some juicy, juicy neon apatite. Juicy, juicy neon apatite. Clarity is there. Color consistency is there. And look at that chunky, gorgeous. Oh, it looks like ice. Icy goodness. Icy goodness. Neon apatite. Only $50 a strand. And these are stunning strands. Andrew says it does depend because there are different kinds of pyrite, but it can be found in many places. Lauren is just wondering because her husband found something that looks like it on a construction job site. It's probably possible it could be. I don't know how deep you would have to go to find it. If there's a certain depth that's usually found out or not. I would look it up a little bit and see. Sandra's asking for size in these. These ones are, let me see if they're graduated at all. These start at about 5mm on there. And they stay around 5. These are pretty much the same, 5mm. Where are you, Lorena? Andrew's asking, where are you located again? So Sandra, these are about 5mm in width. So there you go. TG 131. Stunningly blue neon apatite. Look at that glacial quality. I don't know. Is that a word? California, Andrew. California is where Lorena is. Okay. You're welcome, Sandra. Thank you for asking. Oh. Okay. So it's not often that stones are charged to us by the weight. But sometimes they are. And that's usually when they're, of a nicer quality. Now, these strands are slightly different from one another in their weight, but we've averaged it out. So it's easier to sell that way. The price has been averaged out. $69 only. Andrew says it could be. There were lots of places to get fool's gold during the gold rush, and fool's gold is pyrite. So very possibly that he found pyrite. I'm just going to put these here. Andrew always tells me stop talking and just show. So you can see one strand is larger, one strand is smaller. The larger strand is a little bit, I'm going to say, more opaque. This one is a little bit more luminescent, as you can see. It just depends which one you want. And if you claim these, you can let us know what you want, if you prefer one or the other. And let me get you a size. These are carnelian, by the way. So these are 19 by 11. These ones are 11 by 9. All right. So it really depends which one you want. If these make it to the online store, they will probably be priced differently. But it's hard because these ones are smaller, but maybe a touch higher in quality, whereas these ones are larger, but you're getting much more stone. So it depends what you want to do with it. Anyway, let me show them to you. Let me show them to you. And if you want, for example, this larger one, just put TG132 larger. Andrew says, Lennis was posting about that astral pink, and these would go wonderfully with these. Would bring out the orange. And then this is TG132, the smaller strand. So you can see the smaller ones are letting more light through. You're getting more of that bright orange color from them, whereas the larger ones are giving you that darker orange color. So if you want one over the other, let us know. Otherwise, we'll surprise you if you purchase it. These are 8-inch strands, both. And let me show you them together so you can see up close. There's not much of a difference, but there is a slight difference in color. In size, there's obviously a difference, right? So that's TG132, $69 only a strand, and that is super good pricing for how magnificent these are, honestly. Normally when you start pricing things by the weight, you don't see prices like $69 a strand. That's not a normal thing. So we're giving you a good deal on those ones. Next up, TG133. TG133. These are $15 a strand. Strawberry quartz. Strawberry quartz. And just so everyone knows, the smaller strand of that has been claimed. Trying to let people know if one or the other is something when we have stuff like that. The smaller strand has been claimed. Beautiful strawberry quartz. Really nice quality. This vendor gives us such great quality of strawberry quartz. Some of the best I have seen around, honestly. And that's why, you know, strawberry quartz can be fake. It can look fake. But this vendor we work with always gives you the stuff that looks amazing. I'm always pleased with the strawberry quartz we get from this vendor. So these are TG133, $15. These are 2 millimeter faceted rounds. Donna says the micro facets on these stones are beautiful. Yes, that's another thing this vendor always provides. The facets, these are about 14-inch strand or 13-inch strands. The facets on the stones are always so nice. Sometimes you get things that are titled like microfaceted and they don't look like this. They don't give you that same shine. And that's why our prices on something like I said, you can find anything cheaper. It's just what you're going to get when you pay that price, right? And we try to give you a really good price for a really good quality stone. Andrew says these are supposedly natural strawberry quartz. Usually if there's a fruit in the title, it's synthetic or augmented. Yeah, these and the natural stuff looks so nice when we get it from this vendor. Okay, TG 134 coming up. TG 134 coming up. Love, love, love these. $50 a strand. Beautiful Awahi blue opal in these drops that have the patterning going this way. We've had some that go this way, I think. These ones go this way. I love the patterning they're getting from these. Now these ones go up and down. So these ones actually go all the ways. So it just depends which one you like better, right? These have more of the blue, more of the white. Andrew says, isn't this kind of like being able to shop the show from the convenience of your own home, right? We bring it to you, y'all. We bring it to you. And you get such a variety. We try and offer a variety. We don't buy a lot of strands at once. As you can see, we have one or two of a lot of these, but you're going to get a variety. Like I said, we have over 150 different items here lately for you. Donna says, yes, the pattern is so beautiful. So these are $50 a strand, TG134. TG134. And let me get you, I didn't get you any sizing on that, did I? These are about 18 by 10. Let me just make sure. This strand, I'm just picking one stone out of these. That's 15 by 10. I probably picked a smaller stone. This stone on here, 18 by 10. Yeah, so they're around 18 by 10, give or take a few millimeters. You know. Andrew says there's a lot packed on a shorty strand. These are packed full. These are packed full. These are 8-inch strands, packed full. $50, TG 130. All right, TG 135. TG 135. Coming at you. Come on. Why? Sometimes they like to tangle up. Sometimes they like to tangle up on me. Let go. Okay. There we go. Amazonite. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that Amazonite. Andrew says, ooh. These are the microfaceted rounds in Amazonite. And again, Amazonite can vary wildly in color, but I want you to look how consistent these are among the strands. TG 135, only $15. Donna says, dang, that Amazonite, right? Y'all know? Y'all know? But these are nice. These, I don't know what more to say. That you can tell. You can look at it and you can see the quality of these. These are about 2.5 millimeter. Microfaceting really brings out the beauty of the Amazonite, says Marianne, right? So gemmy. Like these are glowing at us right now. These are about 12.5 to 13-inch strands. TG 135. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strands. We got 9 strands of this. It's all we were able to get. Probably would have gotten more if we could have. But look at it. This is stunning. $15 starting price, introductory price for you all. That's going to go up later. That's going to go up. That's probably about a $24 strand or more, maybe 26. Andrew says they really did high grade the material so it is all consistent. Yes, that's the thing with this vendor. We get consistency, and that's what we like to bring to you. Consistency with the stones and the strands. I think I did a dang good price on this. Sandra says, I have trouble working with stones that small. It can be, right? It can be. Some people, but some people, that's their like lifeline. That's what they do. And that's, you know, it all varies, right? There's something for, that's why we try and get something for everyone. We try to make sure there's something for everyone. And speaking of something for everyone, Andrew says, sometimes with Amazonite, there's a big range. Sometimes blue, sometimes dark, sometimes no color. Those are wonderful. Yeah, they're consistent. Lovely color. That's the same thing. Like we had with this neon apatite that we had, right? Beautiful, consistent color on that. This is a lemon quartz. And every time we get this shape, we sell out. We've gotten it for a number of years. Every time we get it, we sell out of it pretty quickly. So these are lemon quartz, TG 136, only $25. You make a pair of earrings right there. You can charge $25 for those earrings. I can't imagine you couldn't. And then you've just paid for all of those with one pair of earrings. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 more pairs of earrings to make money on. That's the way to do it. Just to give you an idea, these are approximately 15 by 9, 15 by 8, somewhere in there, millimeter. And these are about a 4.5-inch strand. These are a mini strand, but they're beautiful stones on there. And Andrew says, that's a good price for such lovely quality. Yeah. Like, that's stunning quartz. Stunning quartz. Lemon quartz. Look at the clarity. Like, do you see anything in there that's... Maybe that one has a little bit of a... But they're so clear. They are so clear. 2 strands only available. TG 136. And both of those have sold. Thank you. Those are sold out. I told you those ones sell quick, y'all. Those ones sell quick. We have them in black spinel as well. TG 137. They're the same cut in black spinel. Donna says, gotta go walk my dog, do a shop update. Have a great evening. Thank you, Donna, for hanging out with us. So TG 137, $25. We're down to one of these already. We're down to 1 strand of these left already. TG 137, black spinel. $25 only. You're going to make your money back quick, whoever got those. If you make some earrings, I bet. TG 138. These are just so pretty. Okay. Smoky quartz. How can smoky quartz be pretty? You know, it gets such a bad rap. But check out this smoky quartz. Smoky quartz, when you get it, sometimes doesn't have a lot of color to it, or it's not very clear. Look at this smoky quartz, especially consistency. Again, we're talking about that consistency from our vendors. Look at the consistency of these stones. I love the smoky quartz. When you turn it this way, it's light, and then when you catch it, it turns, you know, it's darker. You got a really beautiful stone with those facets, and these are graduated faceted rondelles. These are just a really classic stone, right? This is great for making that beautiful, classic, timeless jewelry. And this is the high end, the beautiful end of smoky quartz. It's almost got that like yellow flash in it. You'll see flashes of almost like an orange and a yellow. And you got that consistent smoky color. Susan says, I love the cut on that smoky quartz, right? They did these good on these facets. You know, sometimes they say they did you dirty. They did not do these dirty. These are beautiful facets. They really make this stone shine. They give it all that kind of, it almost looks like an AB finish, but it's not. It's just the beauty of the stone and the facet that you're getting reflections of color from a smoky quartz. Right? So there they are. These strands are 16-inch strands. And they go from about, let me see if I can get this. They go from about 6 millimeter up to 7 millimeter. There's not a large, this one might be a little bit larger. Let me see, where's this one, yeah, about 7 millimeter. So it's not a large graduated size change, but this one does start larger. So you can see one of them starts smaller, one of them starts larger. One of them is a little bit more graduated than the other. One is mostly staying about the same all the way around. It's up to you which one you like. If you have a preference, you can let us know. That's TG 138. Either one of them, you're not going to go wrong with. It's a beautiful strand. Both of them are beautiful strands. Clarity and consistency of color, right? Talk about those C's, right? Clarity, carats, color. Those are really, really nice. Lauren says, oh no, I can't take it anymore. I know. We got some nice stuff. We're getting closer to the end. Getting closer to the end. We only got 11 more or so to go. Here we go. Some very nice glowing amethyst. Let me show you these. Amethyst, smooth, graduated rondelles. These are chunky. These are a little bit, these are really nice. Aren't they? I think they look like little juicy bubbles. Like you could pop those in your mouth. Don't eat the beads, everybody, but I could see how you could be tempted. They look like they would explode with like grapey flavor. And look how clear. There's that one. Look how clear. These are TG 139. They are $75 a strand. Sandra says, so many beautiful stones this year. Yes, we shopped. Even though we were virtually shopping, we went a little crazy. But we hope that you all like it. We hope that it works out for all of you out there. Mary says, blueberry flavor, I hope, rather than grape. Okay, we can have blueberry flavor. So let me get you an idea. These graduate, I'm just going to pick the first one here from about 5 millimeters to the big one. You can see that's a really big one too. That goes to about, from 5 to 7 or so. The next one down is more realistic. What am I talking about? 5 to 12. This is a 10 here. So there's some nice graduation in those. Sandra says, so gemmy, right? That's the kind of stuff I like right there. That gemmy goodness. Oh, when it looks like you just want to bite into it, that's my flavor. That's TG 139, $75 a strand. Introductory pricing. Please remember that, everybody. When you see these pop up in the online store, don't be like, why? I'm telling you right now, things are going to go up. We give you the good prices during the live as best we can, and then we put them back to what should be regular retail when we add them to the online store. That's a little gift we give to all of you out there who watch us and support us this way. All right, next up, hearts in black spinel, faceted hearts, black hearts, black spinel, $25 a strand, TG 140. Hello, Dominion. Thanks for joining us here today. These are 7-inch strands. Marianne says, juicy beads do make you want to savor them, right? Lennis is throwing up the black heart emoji. Aren't these beautiful? Look at the facets. Look at the shine on those. Look at those. And I like how the cut edge isn't as polished. And then you get the polished. Oh, love it. Lorraine says, my screen froze on my TV. I'm watching you on a 60-inch screen. That's torture. That's why I love the YouTube, everybody. You can watch us on the big screen, and you can get all the detail and all the beautiful clarity right on there. Boy, I bet those amethysts just looked nice on that screen. I bet they looked really nice on that screen. TG 140, 2 strands only available, $25 a strand. Screen froze, still frozen. You better refresh that feed. You better refresh that feed. Okay, sorry I keep clearing my throat. My throat's starting to I'm losing my voice a little bit. These also are something that usually sell out very quickly. Very quickly. These are these little pyramids, little pyramid shape, faceted pyramids. These are black spinel faceted pyramids. I want you to see those. These are TG 141, $25 a strand. There are 3 strands of these. Generally, these sell out during the lives. We very rarely have more of them left over, especially of these certain ones. The black spinels sell out quickly. TG 141. We've already sold one of these. $25 a strand. These make gorgeous little earrings. Let me give you a quick size on these. The pyramids are about 6 millimeter, around 6 millimeter, as best my eye can tell you. And these are about 7-inch strands, 7.25-inch strands. Dominion says, this community is so kind, making me homesick a bit too. The community, this online community, we've got a great one. We've got a great one. It says the Gemstone episodes are the best episodes. I think they're all good episodes. I don't know. But that is the Black Spinel, Pyramids, TG 141, only $25. We have some more pyramids for you coming up. That was what, 141? Here comes 142. These aren't pyramids though. I skipped a little bit. We have some beautiful dendritic agate. Dendritic agate. And these are $25 a strand. Look at these. Look how beautiful these are. I love dendritic agate with a passion. I think it's one of the most beautiful stones there is. I don't know if y'all like it or not, but these little faceted squares are pretty dang beautiful. I love the patterning. I just love it. I love how it looks like trees sometimes, or like that. That looks like a pine tree in a foggy clearing. Like I just love these. This looks like a scene with birds flying away. Like I think you can see so much. How about reading the stones? Is that a thing? Like read your tea leaves? How about reading the dendritic agate? These are TG 142. There's only one of these available. One has already sold. Thank you so much. $25 a strand only. And these are about 9 millimeter squares. 9 millimeter squares. TG 142. Cheryl says, oh. I know, right? I know. Okay. One strand. I don't think we've ever had the pyramids in Amazonite before. By the way, 142 has sold out. Thank you so much. I don't think we've ever had the pyramids in Amazonite before. Look at that. TG 143. TG 143. $25 only. These are the, I think, what did we say they were? 6 millimeter, about 6 millimeter. Come on. About 7 millimeter, 6 to 7 millimeter. They vary a little bit. 6 to 7 millimeter pyramids in Amazonite. I don't think we've ever had them in Amazonite. And we don't have them any longer in Amazonite. Those are sold. Thank you so much. TG 143. TG 144. Cheryl says things come and go so quickly here, right? Sometimes they do, Cheryl. Sometimes they do. Here we have slightly larger pyramids in sunstone. Only one strand, and I'm going to show you. They have that beautiful sunstone flash. I wasn't sure if I could get it to work under this light, but I think you can see that. Many of them have that beautiful sunstone, bright flash. And it's mostly on the edges. This is TG 144. And these ones are sized, so a little bit larger, These are about 9 millimeter. 9 millimeter. I'm going to continue showing those to you. Sunstone, only one strand. We only could get one strand. Cheryl says Pantone, correct, right? That's peach fuzz, that's sunstone color. There you saw some, look at that sparkle right there on that one. Boy, my hands are, sorry, they're so dry. I've been doing a lot of hand washing with packing and moving and stuff. Look at that. One strand. This is approximately a 5-inch strand. TG144, $25. $25. I don't think that one's going to last very long. All right, one strand of this one as well, TG145. This is a pink opal pyramid strand. And I love the color variation in this one with the darker, some of the darker parts. And then some, it fades to like lighter. Like, love these. Lorena says, I need to type faster. Yeah, you gotta be fast with some of our people around here, right? So beautiful pink opal pyramids. These are back to the smaller size, which is, these ones are about 7 millimeter. And these strands are about 7-inch strands. $25 only. TG145 if you like those. Just that one strand available. I think it's really pretty. Beautiful strand. Pink opal. TG145. TG146. Rutilated quartz. Earlier we had some green rutilated quartz. Now we have some rutilated quartz pyramids. That is stunning. One strand we got of those. One strand. You know it was popular with our vendor if we only got one strand of something this beautiful. That is really beautiful. TG146. And Andrew says, my hands look frightful because I keep knocking them with the move. Yeah, Andrew's been... Barnaby got me this morning. I got cut. Barnaby, I was bringing him in the house and he did not... he got scared. So elegant, says Dominion, right? TG146, and that one is sold. Thank you so much. TG147. Coming up. TG147. One strand again of these in peach moonstone. This is a deep peach, almost heading toward gray moonstone, right? It's a deep peach. Look at that. You see that chatoyance in there. You see the flash in there. TG147. TG147. Boy, when that chatoyance hits you, it hits you. $25 a strand only. This strand is the same, 7 inches. These feel a little tiny fraction smaller. Let me check though. These are, yeah, more like 6 millimeters over 7. Susan says it's not only typing fast, but fast Wi-Fi and good devices. Yeah, it's, you never know. I also know, like, depending on where you are, where you're watching from, some of the streams stream a little faster than others. YouTube seems like it's generally ahead of the game a little bit. Facebook stays up pretty well. I don't know. I haven't watched it on Instagram to know. TG 147. Okay, let's get through these last three. And then I'll say goodbye, and then I got to go grocery shopping. I thought I was going to move some furniture tonight, but I don't think I'm going to have time. All right, TG 148. Cheryl says, Facebook has been in the lead for the past few weeks, but I always check both. Okay, so Facebook, yeah, sometimes Facebook is really, really good for that. This is pink opal. And these are these elongated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagons. Is that right? Hexagon? Hexa. Is that 6? Or is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. What's 6? My brain is fried. These are shorty strands. These are 4.5-inch strands. These usually sell pretty well for us, this shape. It's a very nice, elegant shape. Yeah, hexagon. Pentagon would be 5. Hexagon. TG 148, $25 on those. And there are 2 of them, so let me show you both. And these are beautiful pink opal. There they are. TG 148. Let's see, Lorena's has to go. Have a great night, Lorena. This is got 1 item ordered tonight, 2 separate orders. We'll probably combine that into 1 for you and ship out. Try and save a little money for you on shipping that way. And then also we have, whoops, we have more pink opal. We have more pink opal, TG 149. Now one of these is more squared, and these are approximately 8 to 9 millimeter. 8 to 9 millimeter, and they're about 7-inch strands. So this one is a little bit more squared off, if you like that look. This one is a little bit more rounded off, if you prefer that look. So that's all up to you. If you want to claim those, let us know which one you like. If you don't care, you just want us to pick for you, we will. But here, just to show you again the difference. Pink opal. TG 149. And lastly tonight, 2 beautiful strands of chrysocolla. These are approximately 9-inch strands. Chrysocolla drops. Beautiful chrysocolla drops. And these are approximately 12 by 8. 12 by 8. $25 each. TG 150. TG 150. And there they are. Aren't those beautiful? Love them. Love those a lot. All right. And that, my friends, is it for tonight. All right. Let me flip the camera around real quick. And I will start invoicing tonight. For anybody who sent us an email tonight, And if you send it over time, I'll continue to invoice over time. And yeah, I hope you liked all those. Thank you so much for staying up with me and hanging out with us again today. If you have any questions, please send an email with your questions. Please mark the subject line, though, that you have a question, or put something in it that it's a question about the lot number. Because if you just put the lot number in there, I'm going to think you just want to buy it. And I'm not even going to look at the rest of the email, because I just look at subject lines for that purpose. So please make it kind of known that you want to ask a question. All right. Thank you again. Yeah. What day is today? Monday. I don't know if y'all had a long weekend or got to or not, but I hope you enjoyed today. It was a great day for me. I got a lot done today. I feel very, very accomplished today. I just have one more thing. Well, I have a lot more things to do, but I gotta go grocery shopping. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Get some rest, and we'll see you back here tomorrow evening. Bye, everybody.